Hello everybody and welcome to Freedom Ranch Homestead. My name is Brooke and I am here to give you an update on what has been happening on the ranch.
Why, baby, why? Why, baby, why? Do you ever just stop and wonder? We can't let this thing go under. Find a string of hope there somewhere. We don't have much time at hand, so first we have to understand why.
For those of you who have been watching, you know that things are a little bit slow with the progress of our log home. Our builder Dan and his sons are healing from their injuries. Yes, their injuries, but they are healing and hopefully they'll come back to work here very soon. We have the siding that will go up on the second floor ready to be installed, and so as soon as they're healthy and ready to do that work, they will get that done. But yeah, things are slow. So what I have been doing, or what we have been doing, are just kind of little odds and end jobs. So one of the things that I really needed to be done was to have a sealant or caulking put in around the edges of the logs. So I took care of the back side of the log home last week. Hey friends, I have a job to do, one of many jobs. But one of the jobs that I've been kind of putting off that I need to get done is caulking right around here on all of the exterior logs where the joints are. And that's obviously just to keep from water getting in there and causing damage and ruining our logs. So I am gonna go get to work. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I have ordered a case of the Energy Seal caulking. It's in a light brown. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The goal is to get a very fine line so that you don't have to push it in with your finger or anything, because then it makes a big mess. The other thing I'm gonna be doing is filling in these holes. We have quite a few little cracks or little places that cement chinking didn't fully get to. So we gotta fill those suckers up so that bugs don't get in there and make their homes inside of our logs. And also moisture. We're not too worried about the moisture because we have the porch overhang, but we might as well seal it up just to make certain that nothing gets in. We want this place to be airtight.
Your place in your bed, showing no regret. Close your eyes to hide your lies, roll the dice. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots.
I want to show you guys up here what I'm going to have to ask Dan about, because I have it way up there. So I'm not sure what he wants me to do with that. But other than that, I got it done. It is not the best looking. It's not horrible, but that's okay. I did it, and that's what matters the most right now. Right, Capella? Say right, yes, yay. Let's go to the other side. Just a quick shot of my view for the day. Not a bad place to be working.
You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your...
So I wanted to show you the spots that I am going to be filling in with the sealant, the caulking, I should say. So here you can see very nice gap. So here are a couple other spots. Ooh, you like my finger? I got caulking all over it. Lovely. So anyways, there's a couple of the spots and a little bit up there. Ooh, and this here you can see the middle mesh sticking through. That is not good. But for our first time ever chinking a log home and doing all that we've been doing, I'm not going to complain too much. The other thing that we are trying to accomplish, or I should say Chuck is trying to accomplish, is the hearth for the fireplace. Chuck knows he wanted to pick out some stones that would work really nicely along the big beefy hearth in front of our huge fireplace, which I'll walk inside and show you in a second. So he wanted to pick out stones that came from our property. So Haley and Christian were up for the weekend the other weekend, and they helped him pull a huge stone out from somewhere back in the land where he had found it. And they were able to get it hooked to the Ranger and bring it up to the log home.
We're using some old chains that were tire chains that my dad had on the farm, and we're going to try to put them to use And we made good progress. We've already made it about, what, 200 yards?
Oh, yeah.
The one chain system then failed, so now we're gonna go with 2 chains.
Okay, so this is the contraption we have come up to hook the rock with the chains to the back of the Ranger. It's wrapped underneath and over, as well as around the outside of the rock, so it shouldn't escape on these sides, which was a problem we were having prior. So hopefully it's not going anywhere this time. But we're gonna see. Here we go. Okay, so it didn't work with the 2 chains, so we're trying something new. We just wrapped the chain around the outside of the rock, and we are hooking it up to the back of the Ranger. All right, let's see. Oh, we have movement. It's working. Woohoo!
We are gonna attempt to split a rock. And since I've seen this guy break a few axe handles, I'm gonna do the honor.
Only ever broken one.
I wouldn't go too close to the side you want to keep on top. I would come further back and work your way in.
All the way down the side here.
But I would start from this right here.
That's a big chunk to get off. Sweet.
Nice.
Taking a little bit of weight off.
There we go. Hey. Now use that crack on the top there.
Right here.
Yeah. Making progress.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've turned the rock. Oh, nice.
Be tracked right around here. So
I tried to kind of chisel it away to make it a little bit thinner, and unfortunately they split the top portion of it, and so I think it's kind of a lesson learned that it's, you know, shaving down rocks is a little bit challenging. So I got notice from Chuck today that he is actually going to a stone yard and picking out possibly some good pieces of stone that will work on our hearth. So we'll go inside and I'll show you where that hearth is going to be. So come on in. It is a construction zone in here, so please excuse the mess. So over here, right there, that is where our large fireplace is going to be installed. It is, it's going to be long enough to fit in 36-inch logs. So that's going to be pretty big. We wanted it to be able to definitely heat the whole cabin if needed. That is going there. The hearth is right here. So Chuck just laid out these logs right now to kind of get a feel for how large we wanted it to be and what size stones we needed for the top portion of it. I believe we're going to keep the logs for the bottom portion, but we'll see. We can also kind of stone over those as well. We spoke with the installers for the fireplace, and they're sending us a quote on how much it is to install, and so we are praying it is not too high, because every other quote that we have gotten has been very high. So I talked to you about the kitchen cabinets. We're trying to figure something out for that because it's just a little bit out of our budget. And we just got a quote for the tile for the flooring and the installation, and of course, out of our budget. So we're going back to square one, and we will be choosing hardwood floors, and we will be installing them ourselves. So we figured it would be a lot easier to install the hardwood floors than the tile floors, because we've done the hardwood floors before, so we kind of know what we're doing. As far as the stripes on the logs, I'm going to show you a little bit of what I am going to try and do today. Hey guys, so I am back inside of our closet, trying to get the stripes out a little bit more. I am using a very fancy tool, this Festool sander. Dan let me borrow it to see how well it worked. And I'm gonna work on it here in the closet to see if I can get the stripes out. And then I'm gonna work on it in our bedroom to see if I can get the walls nice and smooth. I have a huge box of sandpaper, about 100 of them in here. So I am gonna start getting to work knowing that I'm fully prepared and ready to get these stripes out. Hopefully, we'll see. Otherwise, they are definitely gonna be part of the character of the log home. Oh, dang it. I remember Dan saying that one of his sanders wasn't working very well, and I think this is the one. So I don't know if I'm gonna be sanding, but look at this. That definitely made it a little bit smoother. So much for that job, guys. I was hoping I'd be able to do more sanding, but that's not gonna happen. So what we have planned for the interior walls is to do the same treatment that we did on the exterior, which is to use this kind of rugged wood stain, and then on top of it, we do a combination of mineral spirits and boiled linseed oil, and it gives that kind of real dark gray brown look. I am concerned it may make the house a little dark, but we have a lot of windows, so a lot of natural light will be coming in. We did try the rugged wood stain on the stripes, and it didn't make any difference. It actually made the stripe darker than the rest of the wood. So it didn't get rid of the stain. So Dan, our builder, recommended that we use something from Permachink. And this is called Lifeline Ultra 7. And it's a one coat transparent wood stain. So this is what I'm going to try to put on in the closet as well. That's our test spot. If this does not work and we still can see the stripe, then we have decided that we will definitely go back and use this on the whole interior of the home. And this is the wood bleach, the oxalic acid. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm sure somebody out there will tell me how it's pronounced. But it worked. It worked really well, except for just a little bit of, obviously, that stripe that I was just trying to get out with a sander that wasn't working. Okay, friends, I see what Dan was thinking here, but my vote is that it's too blue. It's just going to be ordering a lot of that oxalic acid so that we can get the rest of our humble abode completed. Because this last weekend was a holiday weekend, we took a little time off of work and did some playing. We had a full yurt. It was packed to the top of it with family and friends. Our bonus children, Finley and Fletcher, came up from Raleigh to see Bree and do some horseback riding and playing around. The kids and Chuck went to a rodeo.
Make some noise, Virginia, around turn 2. Bring your horse around 3. Sit at home, counter.
But the other exciting thing was that my sisters came. So Beth has come before. You've seen her in previous videos. But my sister Allie just moved with her family from California out to Tennessee. So she is now about 2.5 hours away, which I'm thrilled about. So she made the trip over for the very first time, and the three of us had a great weekend doing a lot of hiking and showing her around the ranch. And one of the other things that we did, something I had never done before, but I know a lot of people in town had, is we went to Yoga Jam, something they hold here in Floyd, and quite a few people come. I am with my sisters, Beth and Allie, and we are at Yoga Jam. And jamming away, doing some yoga and enjoying the day. We got to walk around and do different types of yoga and different tents, and there was food and music, and kids were playing, and they had activities for them, and people camped out for the whole weekend. My sisters and I only went for the day, but we had a great time, and may do it again next year. We'll have to see what holds in store for us.
We're gonna partner yoga with a partner.
I better get back to yoga. So what is to come is that we're going to finish up the interior walls, obviously, and then hopefully the spray foam guy will come next week so we can start putting in the diamond mesh for the chinking and get that done before any sort of flooring comes in because it makes a huge mess. I am very, very grateful for you guys watching, especially my family and friends and the strangers who don't even know us who are following along with us on our journey to make this log home our home. Thank you for being patient, for it taking so long, and thank you for watching and subscribing and pressing that like button and commenting to let us know who you are and where you're from. And yeah, we'll have more stuff coming out as it happens. So take care, everybody, and may God bless you richly. Allie. Holding her baby.